This is Crowland, the small town that grew up outside the abbey. I'm on the famous three-way bridge in the middle of Croyland. And over there is a cafe. I'm now in what remains of Croyland Abbey, and actually the bit that you can see here used to be the more northerly aisle of the abbey. The main part was the ruined bit I showed earlier. Croyland Abbey is here because of St Guthlac, and St Guthlac interested me because a year ago I went to Repton and I learnt about him there, because Guthlac was a Mercian nobleman, and he was in the army. He was a good warrior, and I think shocked at what he saw, what he witnessed fighting the Northumbrians, I think also maybe the Vikings at that time, he renounced the world and he became a monk at Repton. And he was at Repton for a couple of years, but then he realised that wasn't the calling for him, and he wanted to become, as many Saxon holy men did at that time, wanted to become a hermit. So he travelled to Cambridge, and then he took a boat and he went out into the boggy marshes and found this desolate island here. Apparently all there was a couple of pigs, which was Croyland, and he set up his hermitage here. And it's hard to imagine now because the whole area was drained, and so we're in the middle of flat farmland these days. But when he would have been here, it would have been a very different place. Boggy, windswept, deserted, exposed. And a lot of the stories of him talk of him battling demons, and I'm not surprised because, you know, you had mud that could suck people down, and there was no protection whatsoever from raiders, and no protection from the demons within your own soul. And the church is dedicated to St Guthlac, also the Virgin Mary, but also to St Bartholomew, because apparently St Bartholomew came to Guthlac's aid. I think, again, it's one of these stories, these ancient saints, that on the surface seems totally irrelevant and a little bit silly, to be fair. But I think if we dig beneath the myth, we can find a lot of relevance for our lives today. Because in our work, I think we all have to encounter things that we're not happy with, things that shock us. And do we accept that? Or do we do as Guthlac did and look for another path that's perhaps more righteous? And some of us accepted the normal righteous path, which was for him to go into the monastery at Repton, was not right, and some of us have to take our own individual path. Yes, Guthlac's ways were very extreme, and apparently fell ill because he would only eat, I think, bread and drink muddy water, which is not a recipe for health, let's be honest. But, you know, a lot of people do find something holy in God in what they eat and drink. So I think this is a great place to come to sit and to meditate on perhaps what Guthlac could teach us. And so here we are. Croyland Abbey, the legacy of St Guthlac of Mercy. I'm now in the main nave, or what used to be the main nave, of Croyland Abbey. And that, once upon a time, was the high altar.